Hi, Gary. Thank you so much for meeting me today. I'm very excited to speak with you. We just had the news that you had an amazing thing happening in your family. So, congratulations. So, that's going
Thank
to
you.
give us another energy for this Wize Factor Chat session. I was very excited to talk to you and spend this couple of minutes with you just chatting about you and your business. Yeah, so I want to go from all the way back and just ask you, how did Crescendo CPA start? When did it start and how did it start?
Sure. So Crescendo opened its doors on October 1st, 2014. It was a brand new office in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I started by myself. We bought a very small book of business. It wasn't very big. So there's not enough work to hire any other accountants. But within 3 to 4 months, I hired the first person, and today I think we are 11 in our office. So we've had pretty consistent growth throughout the history of Crescendo Accounting, and just looking forward to the future.
Wow. And there's actually a very cool backstory about the Crescendo CPA name that I would like you to share for us because it's very interesting.
Yeah, selecting a name for any business or an accounting firm is always a bit of a struggle, in my opinion. But after brainstorming, we landed on crescendo. And of course, many people know the meaning of the term crescendo refers to a musical note. And it's typically the highest note on a scale. On if you know how to read music, it's typically the highest note on that scale. And so we really liked the name crescendo because our goal is to take our clients from where they are today to the top of the scale. So to the maximum of their productivity and their efficiencies and their profitability. So
I
that's why we chose
love that. I love where it came from. It was really out of the usual names that accounting firms use. So, very on point. I wanted to ask you, Gary. So you started back then, and then some things happened. You started growing and evolving, and as you were saying, everything went up from there. But where was the point in your business where you were not enjoying it that much? Like you were facing challenges, and what were the challenges that you were facing at that time?
Yeah, and I think like most accountants, I come from the traditional accounting firm structure, where a lot of things were being done by the partners. Too many things is what I've come
Mm,
to learn now through Wise Growth. Um, so when it became not very enjoyable is when I was spending way too many hours working in the firm. As we continued to grow, the scalability was becoming more and more of a challenge because, again, under the traditional model of an accounting firm, so many things were going through the partner, the client relationships, the final reviews on files, just to mention a couple. So that was the biggest stumbling block. We wanted to continue growing, and I wasn't really prepared, nor did I have anybody in line to add another partner. So we really needed some help on how we can structure our firm to make it scalable and allow it to grow with only the one partner, myself.
yeah, so you were having these usual growing pains that you get once. It's a good problem to have, but it's not a good problem to feel
Right.
because you don't feel under control. So that happened. That started happening. At which phase of the business? Like how many years since you started?
Well, I mean, it started right at the beginning, really. It's
Oh,
so as you grow, and when you're only two people in the office, before you can hire that third person, you almost have to both be working 150% before you have enough work to hire that third person. So it was really right from the beginning is that we struggled with that. Um, so, but over time, I probably was about 3 or 4 years in where I realized that I needed some help and trying to or some help or trying to come up with a different plan on how we could structure this for growth, for future growth. Because in my mind, I kept thinking if I could just continue to expand, I'll have less work, but it wasn't working out that way.
yeah.
It was quite the opposite. So that's when we recognized that we really needed some coaching or some advice. We did use a different coach other than Wize in the
Oh,
beginning, probably for I think about 18 months. It turned out that this coaching company did give us some good ideas, but they weren't accountants themselves. They had never ran an accounting firm, and they couldn't really help us with the structure. And that's really what we were lacking. So when we did discovered Wise Growth and had a chat with Jamie and the team. Yeah, we basically signed up right away, and it's been fantastic since then.
wow. I had no idea about that. And you've mentioned a very important point. It's one of our kind of our flags, if you will, that we say that we're accountants first and mentors second. So the things that our mentors have endured, basically all of the challenges that faced in the years being in the trenches, basically, they are now teaching them. And I feel like that's very important. And not because there's not another person that can tell you what to do, because there's a logic behind many other things, but I feel like that was the click that you were needing, and it has happened to many other members, so I really get that. I wanted to ask you, so on the lines of starting with Wise, and then you've met these people who you felt were more of your kind, and that they had the structure. Of course, Wise also has the component of leadership. So, did you feel like there was a mindset shift since you started working with Wise up to now?
100%. And Wise not only provided that structure, like you said, but also provide guidance to leaderships, future leadership
Mm.
leaders in our firm. So with the Wise model and the coaching that we received, our coach was Thomas, he was amazing. He really helped us to give our leaders confidence and the ability to do what they needed to do in the firm. And again, the advice that we received from Wise Growth and Thomas was invaluable. And we are where we are today. And honestly, my biggest pain point was the amount of time I was spending in the firm, and I feel really good about where I'm at today. And we continue to grow, and I just see the potential for growth without adding more to my plate.
I love to hear that because that's actually the reason why many firm owners come on board, because they are really busy and time strapped and they want more time for their own lives. And I actually wanted to ask you, it was my next question. I wanted to ask you if the phrase build a business that runs without you, the one that we always use, is it something that scares you, motivates you, excites you? Is this what you're doing it for?
100%. It excites me. It's all of it. It motivates me. It adds clarity as to what the future holds. The office can almost pretty much run without me now, actually. My role,
Wow.
I'm not involved in really that much in the business. It's more strategic and more looking at value adds and so on and so forth. So it's been definitely a mind shift, and yeah, it allows me to spend more time with family, especially now with a new granddaughter that just arrived
Oh,
today. So that's pretty exciting. And you know what's interesting is that it also opened up my eyes as to how we can coach some of our clients, because although Wise Growth definitely is focused on accounting firms, this is applicable to a lot of other industries as well. And we have a lot of clients, for example, that are law firms. And just applying some of the tools that I learned through Wise Growth and
yep.
teaching them to some of my law firm clients also provides us the ability to give our clients value add.
Wow, that's very powerful. That's actually what we call the rule of 30%. I don't know if you probably heard it 100
Yes.
times while being here at Wise, which is spend 33% of your time with your peers. They're on your same level, so you can share experiences. People, 33% of time with people who are above you, so you can learn from them, and then below you, which is what you're saying. Now you're in the basically a coach to your clients, which is ultimately it might not be what they want or a service you offer, but it's very helpful that they have this from their accounting firm. I also wanted to ask you, seeing you as the Gary who had just started, was time strapped, very stressed, going back to that Gary and seeing him, which advice would you give to him based on what you know now, on what you've done now?
The biggest piece of advice I would say is don't follow the traditional model of accounting firms.
Yeah.
And I still think that I don't know the exact number, but I'm guessing at least 95% or more follow that traditional accounting model and the structure. So really think outside the box, and I would strongly recommend that they obtain the services of Wise Growth because again, you guys were just fantastic in transforming our firm into what it is and making it manageable and making it so that we can scale up and grow.
Thank you so much. I love to hear that your journey has been so successful with Wise. And I actually have a last question that relates to everything that's happening to you today. And actually, congratulations. So we talk about having more free time and building a business that runs without you. Was there a hobby that you wanted to get to or something that you enjoyed doing in your free time that you are looking forward to do? Could be family time or any sport or anything that you enjoy.
Well, there's a couple of things. Certainly, winter travel was challenging because of the busy season in accounting firms. So my wife and I really wanted to do more winter travel. So that we're
Wow.
looking forward to that. And of course, like I said, we got a new granddaughter, so spending more time with her, that's what we're really looking forward to. So that's going to fill up a lot of my time.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that you're now working less hours, so you're going to get to that special moment in your life. Congratulations again. Not
Well,
enough
thank you.
congratulations today.
Yeah, thank you to you, and thank you again to Wise Growth. I know we would not be where we are now without them. Sure.
It really makes all the efforts and all the work that we do every day here valuable, and it makes it worth it to hear what you're saying, really. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for spending this minutes with me of your time, Gary. I know that this is a special day and in the middle of your work day. So thank you so much for saying this.
You're welcome.
Bye. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.